Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. The name is the Champ. If you're a new subscriber, welcome back and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you are just getting on this channel and you have not subscribed, or you're a returning viewer, please subscribe. This is how you encourage me to keep doing what I do and giving you the best information. Okay, so today I'll be giving insight on how to fund your master's degree with emphasis or case study of the UK as an international student. So now I'm going to be using an average master's fee of £11,000, and this is based on one of my previous videos where I have highlighted universities whose fees are affordable. So affordable universities in the UK, I did a video and I'll be linking it right here so that you can also go back and watch, and as low as £6,100, depending on the cost. So something funny happened on Twitter. Somebody was telling me, this affordable school thing is based on your cost. I'm like, yeah. So it's all dependent on your goal. So is your goal to relocate? Is your goal to stay back? Is your goal to, come to the UK, study and go back? You'll be surprised. There are many people who are not planning to leave their own country. They just want to get a degree that is globally recognized. So everybody's plan, everybody's goal is different. Now that that's established, let's move on to how all this is going to go down. Remember, we are using £11,000 as a case study. Firstly, you need to give yourself a realistic timeline, all right, based on your personal situation. Some people have enough funds, they've saved over the years and they can easily afford it. But this is for somebody that is going to be a self-funded student. And how can you do this? So like I said, have a realistic timeline. Let's assume you're using a year between now and next year. That's 2023, and let's say September 2023 is when you want to study. So what are you supposed to do in terms of that? For instance, you're planning to start your study in 2023. You have a year to plan, you have a year to save, you have a year to apply to opportunities. The first step, I think, is to believe in the possibility. So some people do not think they are worthy of a scholarship or worthy of this or worthy of that, but you need to take your mind out of that and believe in yourself. So some UK universities let you even pay fees in installment, and this could be monthly, but first you need to pay your deposit fee, and offer of around 11,000 school fee is going to need a deposit fee of about £3,000, and then upon admission, upon starting, you pay another fee of around 2,500. So 3,000 upon offer, and upon resumption, you pay another 2,500. That's 5,500. You're left with 5,500, and within the period of your study, they spread it out for a monthly payment. So approximately for the next, let's say 11 months, your cost is usually 1 year. So for the next 11 months, you're going to be paying, let's say, £500 every month. So how do you achieve this? How do you even get this money? So number one, I'm going to be talking about what everybody knows, but it looks like we don't know, and that's scholarship. So what exactly is scholarship? How do we get the scholarship, and what scholarships are available for you to, enjoy? So scholarships are funding that is offered to students on behalf of certain individuals, companies, institutions, and organizations. Postgraduate studies scholarship vary in amount, with more expensive full-ride scholarship being the most competitive. Of course, everybody wants that, so that's why it's competitive. There are also very few scholarships that offer up the full cost of tuition. But listen, you just need to get a certain percentage, or you need to get everything. So in general, there tends to be funding and scholarship aimed towards research students than third masters. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible to get funding as a third master student. Yeah, so scholarship opportunities. Some scholarships include, I'm going to be highlighting just two for you to go through and enjoy. So for instance, we have the Chevening scholarship. You find the link down in my description box for you to see. So for the Chevening scholarship, Chevening scholarships are aimed at international postgraduates with high leadership potential. So honestly, if you are smart, you begin to position yourself, give yourself a proper image between now and the time in which you're going to be applying for this scholarship. So don't let anything deter you and make you think that is Nelson Mandela they are looking for. It's you they are looking for. So give it a shot. This scholarship is aimed at enabling recipients to study a master's at the British University and develop useful professional and academic network. So you can network, you can connect over this scholarship. So normally they open in August, so you can start planning towards that, like I said earlier. So what are the benefits of the scholarship? You have full payment of master's tuition up to £18,000. I mean, a lot of schools are in that bracket. So full payment of travel to and fro, you're not spending your money on flight or anything, payment of visa application fee, and they still give you a monthly living allowance. I mean, so for your accommodation and expenses, this amount will be confirmed in your acceptance letter, and it will be higher if you're staying or studying in London. If you're studying in London. So what are the eligibility to, receive the scholarship? So number one, you have to be a citizen of an eligible country. So what do we mean by this? There are over 140 Chevening countries, most of which are developing nations. So for instance, Africa, Asia, South America, Eastern Europe, and you need to hold an undergraduate degree equivalent to like UK's 2-1 upper class, and you need to have at least 2 years experience. You need to have an unconditional offer for a master's degree. So to be very clear, one of the main conditions for Chevening funding is that you return to your own country for at least 2 years, and after finishing your master's course, you can also go back or come back to the UK. This is so that you can put into practice the leadership skills that you have developed during your time in the UK and make a positive impact in your community. COMMONWEALTH scholarships are a scholarship scheme to enable outstanding postgraduate students from countries in the Commonwealth to study at British universities. So what are the benefits of the COMMONWEALTH scholarship? So it's fully funded, living cost at the rate of like 1,133 per month. I mean, that's beautiful. They've covered everything literally. You don't need to bother about working extra time or anything. So okay, how about if you're not doing scholarship? How do we raise this money? The code champ, let's get to the business. So the first one is scholarship. The second one I'm going to be talking about is the fact that universities also give discount. Oh, that's so cool to hear. So some of these universities give discounts of up to £2,000. Imagine your fees being 11,000 and then you get up to £2,000 discount. That's great. But we can't bank on that. But honestly, especially if you're a self-funded person, you need to have options for discounts and any of those things. So yeah, that's at least £1,000 out of that 11,000, leaving you with £10,000. The third one is going to be your employer sponsorship. Okay, before I move to the third one, I need you to know that when you're applying for schools, you don't necessarily need to apply to one school. Nobody's holding you at ransom. Apply to as many affordable schools as possible, request for their discount, and see the one that is better. You can't compare yourself with everybody. You need to know what works best for you. So please take advantage of this discount and don't limit yourself. So the third one now is your employer sponsorship. Some people work in a very global organization, like you're working in maybe Facebook or whatever company you're already working at, and you want to advance your career. You need to ask to know if your employer is able to sponsor. Again, if you're planning not to go back, I don't think it's proper for you to, but at the same time, so just ask, find out from your HR, find out from the management team if there's an opportunity to know better. But I think in this part, you need to be doing something in line with what you're currently working on. So find out sponsorship options at your job. The third option is loan or crowdfunding. A lot of people get scared of loans. For instance, I'm from Nigeria, and in Nigeria, getting a loan to school is like an impossible task. It's sad, but at the same time, you can crowdfund from friends, from family, or even online communities. The problem is a lot of us are shy. Oh my god, this is not the time to be shy, guys. This is not the time to hold back. This is not the time to start letting pride creep in or feeling embarrassed. I've seen people get crowdfunded even on Twitter, but you need to first of all show your own step, which is get an offer letter. If you approach me, imagine I'm this rich auntie and you're approaching me to fund your scholarship, and I'm like, oh, so what's the plan? And you're coming to say, oh, I plan on applying. I'm not gonna take you seriously. But imagine coming to me and saying, oh, so this is the offer letter, I have this, I have that. The problem is a lot of people make use of only one option. That is not true. One aunt is not enough, one uncle is not enough, one person is not enough. Do the online crowdfunding, talk to people, go on Twitter, tweet, and keep praying. I mean, wishing for the best. So be strategic about it. That's the fourth one, which is loan or crowdfunding from the family. Do not try to be embarrassed. I mean, dream fearlessly and go for what you want. Capiche? The next one, the fifth one, would be to work or upskill. I know some people would be like, there is no job, but please hear me out. Life is all about strategy, and if you have a year upskill or you've worked, you need to save up for your salary. If you're currently working, awesome. But if you need to, if you are going to be relocating to study, you need to be able to afford at least maybe your flight ticket. You need to plan all these things. You need to start planning. You need to start saving. If everybody is going to, hang out, we are outside and all the vibes thing, you're not part of that plan, because in a year, 2 years, or two, you'll be able to do all these things and enjoy yourself. So first of all, delayed gratification is very important. So save from your work. And if you're not working, this is the time to upskill. This is time to, learn a lot of things, because upskilling is the next option I'm going to be talking about. You need to have a skill set. So the sixth option is digital gigs, freelancing, digital store. So this sixth option is like fully packaged. It's even more than one, but yeah, let's just, for time's sake, we have digital gigs, we have freelancing, we have digital store. So many people earn online. Many people make money off the internet doing freelance roles like technical writer, social media manager, graphics designer, UI UX, web developer, data analyst, YouTuber, and so much more. I'm telling you, you need to be intentional. You need to plan your life the way you want it to be. If you don't know these roles, I've linked up another previous video that explained what all these roles entail. So if you have no digital skill yet, it's time to upskill, because at this point, even after raising the 5,500 parts that you need from your country initially, you also need to survive in the UK, and the UK is not cheap, bro. It's not cheap. And at the same time, you are not cheap, meaning that you are worth every penny and every pound and every ounce that you spend on yourself. So what do you need? You need to have a digital skill that would earn at least. So there are some sites that, help you to get this job, to get gigs and all this freelancing. Some of them are not really available in the country, in some other home country, but at least in the UK, I know that Fiverr works for freelancers, and Upwork, and a lot of them like that. So at the same time, when you get here, you can earn all these things. So in this 1 year period that you're planning, you might want to start upskilling and learning some of these things. So let's go to the 7 options of getting money to fund your MSc. The 7th option will be skilled work. Hairstyling, tailoring, barbing, all the skills what that you can imagine are well paid in the UK. To be honest, some people would come to the UK, study for a master's, and at the same time still run their business. So you can't just sit back. For instance, where I make my hair, I've added some of, you can see how much to have your knotless braid is. If you want like the tiny one, we have up to 130 pounds, and this is like 4 hours. So if you can do things like this, you're also on the path of earning a lot. This part, however, the skilled work or running your own business, requires you to quickly integrate yourself into student bodies, into social media promotions, into having a page for your business, so that when you come to the UK, you can also start promoting things and people in your region or area knows you for what you do. You need to quickly integrate yourself in religious bodies like church, like mosque, or whatever it is that suits you best, just so that you can connect and network. So that it's very important, because you need this money in the UK, so that people know you for your craft or your business, and then they can patronize you. Don't be shy, don't hold back, don't self-sabotage. So yeah, so the eighth and the final option, as a student schooling for your masters in the UK, you can actually come with you are entitled to dependents. So sometimes some people come with their husbands or their wives or with their children. So you need a capable dependent, someone that is your spouse. Although as a student, you're usually given 20 hours of work. If you come to study with a dependent, they have no limit to work hours. So they can help offset some of the funds while doing full-time work. Yeah? So from tech jobs to care worker jobs to shop attendants, Indeed, we have platforms like Indeed, yeah, in the UK, where people get jobs here. And based on Indeed, you can see that for a care worker, you earn like £10.47 per hour, £10.47. That's like, I don't know. I wanted to convert that to Naira, but anyways, you earn that per hour. If you or your dependent are able to clock in at least 10 hours, that a day per day, that is around £100 per day. And guess what? If you work 5 days a week, that is £500 per week. I mean, a week's income can pay for your monthly payment in school, and then £2,000 per month. So take out of your fees and live on the rest. Again, please don't choose universities that are extremely expensive if you are on a limited budget. So yeah, this is where I call it a wrap. But listen, there is no one way to making a living. Some of these highlighted options can be combined. You can run your business and still have digital skills. You can be a designer and still you know how to make and you know, combine both, make some money. Don't wait, go and write your start date. Be proactive. And for scholarship, please follow me on Twitter or any of your preferred social media outside of YouTube, so that I can notify you. So once the scholarships come out, and you should also, you know, be on the outlook for it. I'm going to be posting, I'm going to be talking about it, and then you can apply. So put in the work, and best wishes.